Hi, I'm Angel with FleeceFun.com and AllFreeSewing.com. Today I'm going to show you how to make the froggy hat from the Halloween Hat Pack 2. For this project, you will need the following. You will need the free PDF pattern assembled and printed up. The free PDF pattern is available on FleeceFun.com. 1/3 of a yard of fleece, 1/8 of a yard of contrasting materials for pieces. I like to use scraps for this, thread, and scissors. Alright, once you have all those items, it's time to get started. You'll need to cut out 2 pattern pieces of the main hat pattern of the basic hat, 2 frog pupils, and 2 frog eyes. 2 of the outer eye. Please take your time cutting out the pupils as we will be using them for applique and you want them to look good. Great! Now that you have all those pieces cut out, it's time to start sewing. We're going to do some basic and quick applique for the eyes. So what you're going to do is you're going to place the pupils where you want them on the eye. Pin. Then using a zigzag stitch, sew along the outer edge of the pupil. Please note that for demonstration reasons, I'm using a contrasting thread, but I recommend using a thread that matches the pupil color when doing this. Alright, looking good. Next step. This is the trickiest part of the pattern. Taking the exterior and interior parts of the eye, you're going to put right sides together and you're going to line up the bottom pieces. The exterior is larger than the interior, so your eye will have a nice outline. Line up the outer edges of the piece and pin. This will cause the back to bubble a bit. I like to use a lot of pins to get it just right. Sew on using a 1/4 inch seam allowance, sew all the way around the outer edge, leaving the bottom open. Cut slits into the curve, taking care not to snip through the seam, and turn right side out. Alright, now it's time to add those pieces to the hat. Place and pin the eyes where you would like them to be on the hat. For the frog pattern, you want them pretty close to the top of the hat, at most 1/4 of the way down from the top. Then you're going to place the eyes facing in, so sitting on the right side of the fabric, and they're going to face down into the hat. I like to tack down the eyes with a 1/4 inch seam allowance to help sewing through all of the layers because it is a lot of layers to sew through. Then you're going to place the other half of the hat on top. Okay, and then you're going to sew together using a 1/2 inch seam allowance each side of the hat along the curve, leaving the top point or V open. Be sure also to leave the bottom or brim open as well. Now that you've sewn the sides of the hat, it's time to close the top. So you're going to fold the hat in half so the seams you just sewed are touching. Pin the V on each side closed. Then sew one seam along the top of that V, closing the hat, using the same seam allowance, a 1/2 inch seam allowance. This will make the rounded top. Now it's time to finish the brim. So turn the brim under 1 inch, more or less if you like. Pin and sew a zigzag stitch along the edge of the fabric. Snip any loose threads and turn right side out. And you're finished. You have a cute, adorable hat that is going to look so cute on your little one. Or hey, maybe even you, right? If you like this pattern and tutorial, I have several others on my website, FleeceFun.com, that you might also enjoy. All my patterns and tutorials are free. You might also like the owl hat, very cute. You may also like the puppy hat. Be sure to also check out All Free Sewing. All their patterns and tutorials on that website are free as well. Fleece Fun is also on Facebook and on Pinterest, so be sure to check us out there. Have a great day, and remember, velvet is pretentious, fleece is fun.